Yeah, so when I created my mental model, I used a number of different sources in terms of understanding what I wanted to do. So I did a lot of notation analysis, and I used a lot of statistics that I just gathered from the internet. And similar to yours, I broke down the pitch into three main areas: the third of the pitch nearest our own try line, the middle third, and then the final third. Through that analysis, I then discovered that within those areas comes different risks and rewards to our play. You and I are on that philosophy that we're not here to discourage players from looking up, for example, in their own 22, looking up, seeing there's an overlap, and actually executing it and progressing up the pitch that way. However, it's important, and this is what my mental model touches on, that the players understand the risks and rewards to that. For example, if I've noticed that we've got an overlap and I'm going to throw that big long pass, the reward of that it might be a line break. We made a line break and we made it to the halfway, but the risk of that might be we've executed a poor pass, they've intercepted it, and we've conceded 5 points. Whereas if we're in the opposition, pardon?
You give the ball away and you knock it on, there's a scrum.
Yeah, and all of a sudden we're defending in our own red zone. Where actually, if I've inside their 22, that risky pass might be on a little bit more, because if we score from that, we've gained a try, we've scored points, which ultimately we want to do. But if we do knock it on, we're still in their red zone. Or if we do give away interception, we can still cover back and actually stop them from scoring and actually penetrating into our own red zone. In terms of how we go on to implement this into the players, is actually just that understanding of where we are on the pitch, what are our actual outcomes there, and weighing up the pros and cons to different decisions. And that might be a lot for a player to do, but when you're in that moment, if you've got this in mind, I personally believe that I'm able to think a little bit more clearly and have that understanding of, right, if I throw this pass, it might come off. However, there's a high risk now that I might mess up and put ourselves on the back foot, or maybe even conceding points.